Thinnest shaft in the world, 5.8 millimeters, but does that actually translate to anything that we should care about? The answer is no. This is the Victor Thruster F Ultra. Okay, so this is their thruster lineup, which I believe is like their kind of like attacking series. Not super head heavy like the Ryuga. These are kind of more like slightly head heavy. In my testing, this felt kind of like you think Arc Saber 11 Pro. So like slightly head heavy. Honestly, this feels like a head heavier version of the Arc Saber 11 Pro, just a little bit more repulsion just because there is no control assist bumper. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. Let's talk about everything else. So obviously one of the first things is you are getting a kind of more rectangular shape head. So as you see, longer on the sides, narrower at the top and bottom. So that is going to kind of focus the sweet spot, kind of make it more of an attacking shot. So off-center shots are going to feel a little bit worse, but you are going to get, in theory, better shots when you do hit the sweet spot. Stiffness-wise, it's like standard stiffness for a high-end racket. I wouldn't say it's like particularly stiff. Considering this is a high-end racket, yeah, I would say it's pretty in line. So obviously, it being Victor, there is a free core cap free core handle underneath this. For the first time that I've used the Victor racket, this free core handle did not feel that bad, okay? Or maybe the rest of the racket was so bad that I just really didn't care about the free core. Or maybe I'm just getting used to free core after reviewing, I think this is my third Victor racket. But yeah, as you guys see, free core handle. You either hate it or you love it. I personally hate it. So let's talk about how this actually plays and feels like. So swing wise, smooth. It's quite fast, of course, because of the 5.8 millimeter shaft. Besides the shaft being so thin, the other real, I guess, marketing thing they're talking about is the metallic carbon. So the metallic carbon is a combination of thin metal sheet and high strength carbon fiber, which gives supposedly, an elastic feeling and an incredible hitting experience. I think that's cap. Let's talk about the hitting feel because, on their website they talk about it so much. This feels very mushy, okay? So you guys remember how I talked about my 800 Pro experience? This is just like one level below that. So this is slightly better than the 800 Pro, but for the 800 Pro, it was good at one thing. It was good at drives. It was really good at drives, right? For me, this racket is only really good at like half smashes or stick smashes, right? The feeling is good for the stick smashes for some reason. The whip is good. The placement is quite easy as well. Speaking of, this is not that hard of a racket to use. It's just like, it just feels so unremarkable. Like, why would you use it? This feels like, for me, there are two kind of even balanced rackets, right? There are good all-rounder rackets and there are bad all-rounder rackets, okay? So bad all-rounder rackets are just going to feel unremarkable and they're going to feel like crap at everything, but at an equal level. And then there are going to be good all-rounder rackets that are like a jack of all trades. So it's kind of weird to word it like that, but this feels like a racket that is crap at everything equally, okay? The defense is fine. Timing took a little bit of getting used to simply because I'm using a 1000Z, but honestly it was not that bad. The lack of the repulsion is what really killed me. In the front, my shots were not just coming down as much as I like them to. In the mid-court, the super soft shots would just touch the tape because I'm used to a bit more repulsion. It wouldn't go over. Or, if I tried to play like a flat, fast shot, like a fast drive or like, a fast push, again, the lack of repulsion would either make it go into the net or it would go straight out. It was like, super hard to adjust to the lack of repulsion, which again, given more time, you would adjust that, you would fix it, but it was not a pleasant experience. Smashes, while they sounded good, were not heavy, if that makes sense, right? They sound good because, of course, you're whipping a super thin shaft and maybe the metallic carbon produces a good sound. And, this is fresh string anyways, XL65, 26 by 28. But compared to like the 1000Z, I am just not putting down shots, right? I had to rely way more on like placement of my smash, and like I had to swing my racket a lot harder to produce equally threatening shots. Lack of repulsion was annoying when it came to drops. I think it was a plus when it came to nets, but um, yeah, just so used to having a bit more repulsion in my rackets that like anything that is not a repulsive frame for me, it just automatically a downgrade. But for me, that's like a personal bias, which is why I stayed it out like this. So enough trash talking the racket. Who is this for? Or like let's talk about who was this designed for. So this was supposedly designed for an attacking player. Let's read what the website says. Give me one sec. Where did it say? Smooth yet dominant attacking capability caters to players across all levels who prefer an aggressive style of play. Yeah, I think this is cap. I don't see how this is an aggressive racket. If you're looking for an aggressive racket, I would say like stick with like the Ryuga lineup or stick with like the TKFE, the enhanced edition, right? If you're already using the enhanced edition, you're thinking, you know, should I upgrade to this? No, I think there is not really a big upgrade. I think there are better rackets in the thruster lineup even based on what I see online. Again, I have not tried a lot of the thruster lineup, so I'm just kind of like compiling what I've seen other people say. But yeah, I think especially for the price, this is like I think their most expensive racket at the moment simply because it can be, because you know it's the thinnest shaft in the world. I think this is straight marketing gimmick. It's not necessarily a bad racket, it's just not worth the price, right? If this was priced like, you know, $50 or $70 cheaper, then maybe it would be competitive. But yeah, right now, the only people that really are going to be buying it is people that want to brag about how thin the shaft is, right? There is no performance aspects to be desired, in my opinion. There is no, I guess, noticeable upgrade or tangible difference if you're already using like the enhanced edition that this is based off of. So, yep, this is my review of the Thresher F Ultra, and yeah, I will be selling it now that I've finished this review. So DM me if you want to buy it, but why would you? So yeah, like and subscribe. Bye bye.